something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. She gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land, trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the bug. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why do people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time, infrastructure right, I don't got time. I could at the altar, we're talking about your brother, protecting the sons and daughters from political manslaughter.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Never play by the rules, guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude, poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse when you got different views. Just know you gon' pay the price based off the item you choose. Many times in the culture, hit you with them K Ultra. I knew you was a vulture, Holy Ghost get the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was cluttered. Doing this so subtle, falling out through the rubble. Remember this in jungle, the top I was young and something. The middle gotta stay hunting. Why the rush left for nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I know the solution. Maybe not should I do it? Just put it in the music. Just put it in the music.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No ceiling wins that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No ceiling wins that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No ceiling wins that never be the same.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating around here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, when I hit that.
National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Atlanta Falcons. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. 22-yard line. Star here in this state at Georgia. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Gun, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. First down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field I take my shot at the end zone because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Return to the ground game, Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun. Mayfield flushed out right. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Falcons 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Big hold of the 30. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
49-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. Now the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down. Just outside of the 15.
They're on 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's brought down by Deion Jones. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Seven, our score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He completes it to Hunt. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards, a first down. Play action, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
Let's get him. Come on.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, That means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Grady Jarrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Let's go! Let's go!
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are back within a score. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Point after now from Catanzaro. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Score, Falcons 21, Browns 14.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
On third down, Mayfield.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. The Browns send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. This pass finds its way to Williams. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A run for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Here we go.
Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Browns have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Now 2nd and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now back to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off near the 44. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Field to throw it. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Kenny Young able to run him down for a loss of a yard. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
2nd and 11. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
You guys are garbage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Second down, and he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Browns on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 9. To the ground. This time it's Chubb. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 1st down, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Browns have moved out in front.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. To throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage. And that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Shot. They'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Final score, Browns.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take